Preston McCall here again. Let's talk about websites. My father used to say when I was a kid, and then launch into some story about how hard it was growing up in the Depression. Well, when I was a kid, in order to show your work to a gallery, you had to hire a photographer to shoot your pictures and make slides. You had to send the slides to a gallery with a self-addressed, stamped envelope and hope they would actually look at them. That was it, slides. What a hassle. Today, it's much different. You really need a website. So let's talk about it a bit and how and what you really need and how to do it. You can go to some web developer and have them do it, but it costs money, sometimes big money. So big that months later, when you have some new work you want to add, you have to go back to the well and throw in some more cash. Not fun. Well, of course, they do a great job and will probably make it so complicated that you can never take it over once you learn how to do it. The key is to spend the time to learn how to make a simple website. Lots of open source free programs out there and a few that are not that expensive. The first thing to investigate are host providers. They are where your website is stored on their big server. There are many, but finding one that has technical support is very vital. I've used HostMonster for years and I'm happy with them. No, they're not my sponsor here. I just like them. I don't get any money from them. Okay, it costs some small amount of money every year to re-up your connection with them. And they can get you going. www.hostmonster.com. It costs, about $110, I think, a year. Then you need to buy or rent a domain name. Your domain name is very important. This is the name of your website that people will type in to see your art. On HostMonster, you can buy your domain name, and there it's very reasonably priced compared to some others. You need to think about what to call. You want to use your name like www.prestonmccall.com, or if you have a common name, maybe something like www.prestonmccallart.com. Do not name it something like xyzstudio.com or some new age flashy name. Use your name because when the servers search your name, you will be the most recognizable. You can use WordPress on HostMonster, which is their web development program, which is pretty easy. But I actually learned on Adobe Dreamweaver years ago, which cost some money back then, and I know it, and I can speed through it fairly fast. This is called an HTML editing program. There are several free ones out there, but I find it helps to have some technical support to call when things get crazy, and they do get crazy at times. Lots of little details to learn. So you will find the service is better. HostMonster has helped me out many times. First of all, make a new file, preferably on your desktop, where all your web files are stored. They have to be in one main file. All the HTML pages, all your buttons, all your pictures, one file. Now you need to make your first page, or what's called your index page. You want to call it index and save it as that. When they go to look for it, they look for the index first, so that's why you have to name it that. Open up a new page and title it index. I've seen many artist websites over the years, and I've asked many about what background color works best. I find a black page background is best as it shows off the colors of your paintings the best. You also want to center them, so if someone looks at your page on a phone, the screen will see the center better. On the top place, the name of your domain. Go see mine if you want to see it. Save it to your main file as you go. Saving as you go is important, as you might make some changes and lose info you really did not want to change. Then you need to make some buttons that go across the next lines. Buttons like gallery, artist statement, bio, and a contact me button. Of course, you can make some more as needed. Each one of these buttons can be little buttons you make in a drawing program, and then save them as JPEGs. I use CorelDRAW and then copy them over to Corel Paint to save them as JPEGs. I save them in my main file on my desktop under the name of the button. Then you make what are called hyperlinks from the buttons over to the other page where you have that information. Like you click on the button on your main page, your index page, and it would take you then to your gallery page. But it helps to have the other pages, the gallery page, made first, so you have already saved them. Duh. Okay, your gallery page. That's the page, when you hit the button, it jumps it to it. It's called a hyperlink. You insert the images you want and set them to the size you want. They are measured in pixels. 1,000 pixels is about the size of the entire screen, so make them fit to the size you want. You can drag the corners and set them where you want, but I usually just use the measuring box below and set them to some size like 500 by 400 pixels. And if they're not correct, then drag them by the corners or the bottom to be how you want. If you do not see them, hit the optimize area. There's a thing called optimize. You'll find it. And they show up. Very important. Okay, you have a few pictures placed, and then you title the page as gallery page and go back to the index and set the hyperlink to that page. Voila. You are on your way. You have an index page and now you have a gallery page. Then you make your other pages. On the Contact Me button, you can set it to email you from their email to you by just hitting the button. Easy. You just have to type in your email address, and when they hit that button, their email will open up and they can send you an email. Make the other pages, like your bio and your artist statement, and then go to your host provider, mine is hostmonster.com, and log in. This is where you load your files. When you go in there, you got to have a password which you'll set up when you get hooked up with them. Go to the advanced area in your control panel, which will pop up, and then to File Manager, which is one of the areas kind of down below. Scroll down to find Public HTML. That's where all your files have to go into. You click on them and they load. You do have to save them in that Public HTML file, or else they won't get in there. It's a little confusing, but take your time and follow these instructions. Then go to the internet and type in your domain name. Bingo, you have a website. Just that simple. Now, as you learn more, you'll hear about all sorts of other things. Keep it simple so you can remember the next time how you do it. This is just a quick set of steps on how to build a website. I'll do some more of these and get more specific, and we'll call them more about websites on the Naked Artist Exposure channel. If you have any questions, email me or call, and I can walk you through a bit. It's really not that hard, so build your own and control what you have. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons, as we appreciate the followers very much, and we'll continue to publish these if we can. Thank you again for watching, and keep painting.